What's going on, everybody? And I hope you're enjoying your Monday afternoon so far. MYG Jeffy T85 here, and I stumbled upon some interesting rumor that happened today surrounding the Brooklyn Nets' former head coach, Steve Nash. And it looks like that one of the teams currently looking for a head coach right now might be interested in the former Brooklyn Nets head coach. This is according to Adrian Wojnarowski, Woj, on ESPN, saying that the Raptors have embarked on a head coaching search that is expected to be broad in scope. And he added the pool of candidates could come from number of different levels. Some of the candidates that have already been interviewed so far: JJ Redick, they have an interest in Monty Williams, David Adelman, and another very interesting guy that could be in part of the Brooklyn Nets head coaching search. The Toronto Raptors head coaching search, Steve Nash. The Toronto Raptors might be interested in trying to bring in the former Nets head coach, Steve Nash, as the 49-year-old is also a legendary figure in Canada, obviously him being a Canadian-born basketball player, and he would be a big-time help towards the Brooklyn Nets, towards the Toronto Raptors, trying to see if he can get his second chance as a head coach in the NBA. This time he could do it with the Toronto Raptors. So, just wanted to get that out of the way. Now, I'm going to be interested in one of the other rumors that the Nets might be looking forward to doing. The Nets might be looking towards going after a star player this offseason because of the fact that this team right now, as currently constructed, they have some decent offensive players on the roster. But at the same time, what this Nets team could really use is some more scoring and impact scoring in the starting lineup going into this NBA season. And one of those guys that the Nets could potentially target going into this NBA offseason could be Atlanta Hawks point guard / shooting guard, Trae Young. That's one thing that the Nets might be looking to do, is getting themselves a true point guard that can go out there and control the offense and be able to put the ball into the basket going forward. And that's exactly what Trae Young can do. And this past season even continued that. As in 73 games, Trae Young scored 26 points per game. He averaged 10 assists per game with 3 rebounds. He shot a 43% clip from the field, and he also shot 34% from the three-point line, and he shot about 89% from the free throw line in those 73 games with the Atlanta Hawks. He is only 24 years old. He has a career average of 26 points per game and 4 rebounds per game with about 9 assists, and a career average so far in his career field goal percentage 44% and a three-point percentage of about 35% and a free throw percentage of 88%. Trae Young would be a big-time upgrade over what the Brooklyn Nets have right now at their point guard position. Obviously, with that being Spencer Dinwiddie, who is currently the point guard of the Brooklyn Nets. Would the Nets be willing to go out there and give up some of the certain assets that Atlanta might be looking forward to try to get themselves a Trae Young? That's something that's very debatable. Would you be willing to give up one or two? Would you give up multiple first-round picks and maybe a young player like a Cam Thomas or a Day'Ron Sharpe in order to acquire somebody like Trae Young? That's something that the Brooklyn Nets have got to consider or think about, is that the Brooklyn Nets right now, they're in one of those sticky situations because of also the fact that they traded a lot of their future first-round picks in that James Harden trade. And right now, it's in a situation where, do the Brooklyn Nets try to see if they could sell off their assets? Well, it looks like they're not going to be doing that, and that they're going to be continuing to try to build on the team that they have currently on the roster, which is Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and Nicholas Claxton. You bring in a superstar like Trae Young to mix in with that core that you have yourself something offensively. But that's just a rumor going out there. Should the Nets potentially trade for a guy like Trae Young? And what kind of impact would he bring to the Brooklyn Nets? As well as the rumor of the Toronto Raptors potentially having interest in former Brooklyn Nets head coach Steve Nash as one of the candidates to fill in their vacant head coaching position after they let go of Nick Nurse, who has been part of the head coaching, who has been the head coach of the Toronto Raptors for the better part of 4 seasons. We'll have to wait and see what's going to happen. Either way, hit that like button if you haven't already, and give a sub to NYGJeffyT85. More news, updates, and chatter surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. Turn on the bell for notifications of the next video or short dropping on the channel surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. And you guys let me know in the comment section. Would you be interested in the Brooklyn Nets potentially acquiring Trae Young in NBA trade, and what kind of impact he might bring to the Brooklyn Nets offense and the Brooklyn Nets in general going into this offseason? You guys let me know in the comment section what you think about that, and potentially Steve Nash, former Brooklyn Nets head coach Steve Nash, being named the new head coach of the Toronto Raptors going forward. We'll have to wait and see. A lot of rumors are going to be speculated. A lot of rumors are going to be running out there from now until, we get to the NBA free agency, which kicks off at the beginning of July. We'll wait to see what's going to happen. But either way, thank you very much, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your Monday. Take it easy, and let's go Brooklyn Nets. As always, it's the Nets world, and we are all just living in it.